Welcome back to Texas Flex. I'm Mike Hernandez, and today we're talking about my morning routine. So I think I've mentioned this before, but this is my stack here, okay? So it's a creatine monohydrate, doesn't matter where it's from, everybody has the same stuff. It's 5 grams per scoop, okay? And then Big Noise and Total War, I pretty much stack these together. I stack the whole thing together because obviously I only want to drink 1 drink as opposed to 3 drinks. And then for the most part, I really only buy from Redcon 1 anymore just because they have deals to where I can have some kind of percentage off of their products as opposed to paying full price. That, or I just go straight to the supplement store that's right next to where I work, which is TF Subs. So I'm gonna take this really quick and then I'll get into the mobility work, and hopefully we can just zoom past this boring stuff and get into the workout. Okay, really quick though, before we get into the mobility work, if you guys like this type of content, leave a like down below. Give me some comments as to what you guys want to what the hell was that? Give me some comments down below as to what you guys want to see in the future. I got a lot of things planned, and actually we're going to talk about that a little bit later. Subscribe if you haven't already, because this channel is alive and well. And yeah, let's get into the boring stuff. All right, so when it comes to mobility, I guess having a routine is better than nothing, but I would suggest that you try to seek out what your mobility issues actually are. You know, everybody's gonna be different, and you figure out what movements are gonna be best for you. Because those are going to be worth more of your time than if you were to do just, say, a couple of exercises, maybe including the ones you saw here, and just kind of trying to get it out of the way and saying, oh yeah, I do mobility. But the real question is, are you addressing your mobility issues? If the answer is no, maybe that routine isn't for you. All right, so I'll be the first to admit that I don't do this very often, and I feel like I should. Every time that I'm warmer, I feel like my performance is better, and maybe it's just the placebo effect, because I know that studies say, or most studies I should say, they typically prove that being warmer or having warmed up before your workout with like 5, 10, maybe 15 minutes max of light intensity, steady state cardio, just to get your heart rate going, usually gives that athlete a little more edge on his performance. Now, how much of that is true and how much of that is an individual variance, I don't know. Most studies are just that general, okay? And I mostly want to say that, help people out, you know? You don't have to do everything to the T. You have to take 5 grams of creatine monohydrate. Oh, you have to warm up for 10 minutes. Oh, you have to do mobility. Oh, you have to do this, you have to do that. For the most part, I'm a pretty big advocate to most of those. But this is the one that I generally tend to skip because I don't have a whole lot of time most of the time. Or at least I like to convince myself that I don't. About a week ago, I got this weight set that I'm gonna show you guys in a minute, and I started to use them, and I weighed them out, and there was some decent discrepancies amongst the weights, and I'm willing to bet that that was a factor to what happened, because I also had, and still have, a little bit of congestion. It was really impeding me from bracing or having the ability to brace, and that was both in the barbell squat and the barbell deadlift. So I tried to go about my normal routine, but obviously there must have been something that I was doing, or it was probably the squats, to be honest with you. It was a pretty good load, 255 for 5. And again, I was unable to brace. I felt like I was 50% weaker than most days. And I was using a barbell and some weights that, again, just didn't, I felt anyways, weren't even. So I definitely felt heavier on one side, and yet I kept pushing because I'm an idiot and I'm stubborn like that. So it is what it is, but I'm not gonna be using those. I think I have a pretty good idea of what it's like to use them now. So I'm not gonna be using this workout. Today I'm really just testing out the squat rack itself, or the squat stand I should say. And you guys are getting a sneak peek on that through this video. The next video that I'll be making is gonna be titled something like $200 home gym. So hopefully that's enticing enough of a clickbaity title. It's not clickbait. I really did only pay $210 for this entire setup. Not this entire, you know what I mean. So hopefully you guys, amongst a ton of other people that aren't subscribers, enjoy that video. And you guys, obviously for being subscribers, get that sneak peek. So if you know you're coming back to this video from the future, subscribe, because this is the type of behind the scenes stuff that you get. Well, not this, not the card. Nobody's subscribing for this, but what I'm about to, the content that follows this, that's what you want to subscribe to. So, all right, I'm gonna finish up here. So, all right. So before we get started, this is the Fitness Reality squat stand in all its glory. And this is the 300-pound barbell set from Cap Barbell. The barbell and the actual plates on a TSA plate tree. So there you go, that's your sneak peek. Like I said, I'm not gonna be using those, so I'm about to swap this bar out with my Titan economy bar. So I'll be the first to admit that that's as good as it's gonna get. The first two sets, not crazy good. Wasn't super enthused with them. The first rep on both of them, pretty decent. But the second one, you could see that my chest was going down and I was having a hard time coming back up. And that's true for the third set as well, but I'd have to say that I cleaned it up a little bit, and then at the very least, I tried to keep some of the form. So that's gonna be it. It is supposed to be 5 sets, but again, still trying to take it a little bit easy. I will admit that I'm being a little stubborn with that, but I'm gonna just shave 2 sets off, 3 sets total at 287.5, and obviously using some of the new plates here. So there's that. And the reason that I like these type of videos is because you guys get to see the behind the scenes work, and maybe you guys have some questions that you want answered before the next video. So go ahead and leave those in the comments. Man, not enough power down there, dude. Alright, fuck it. Grip is going. A bitch to set up for sure, but we're doing banded deads. Is it necessary? I don't think so, but it's in the program, so we're doing it. And especially since we took that deload, we're gonna need every edge that we can get. So here it is. This is my setup. And yeah, the bands are a little weak, but right now that's all I got. My other bands, I only have singles, and I wouldn't be able to do this. I did try the setup where you have it under your feet, but again, you don't want to sacrifice your footing for extra resistance or a different kind of resistance. So here it is, and we're just gonna finish this up, and that'll be the end of the video. I did want to go over a couple things with you guys. So again, I wanted to ask you guys for questions in the comments below as far as how does the Fitness Reality squat stand hold up, and maybe even questions on the 300-pound barbell set. And that's pretty much it. Outside of that, I'm feeling decent, not super great. I mean, I did hit 287.5 on squats, which used to be pretty hard to do repetitions of. And I've hit 330 before. Being at competition weight isn't gonna happen, it seems like, but maybe we can still hit those numbers: 330 for squat, 245 for bench, and a 425 deadlift. That being said, it's kind of up in the air. So wish me luck, and hopefully that is the last setback in this prep. We have about 3 weeks left, and I'm hopeful, but we'll see. Until next time, I will see you guys at the next flex.